Aloha friends and welcome to Monday Mixed Plate. My name's Marie. I love green beauty. I like clean beauty. But most of all, I love ingredients. I love talking about ingredients. If you've been following me for any length of time here on YouTube, or if you're brand new, I love to break down formulas. And I tend to find that people really like to listen to me break down formulas because usually when you're looking at an ingredients list, it looks like this. And you're overwhelmed and you don't feel like you know what you should be looking for. And you're going on the fact that the brand's selling themselves as clean or natural or organic, but you still feel overwhelmed when you go in and look at ingredients lists, when you stroll in places or you peruse online shopping. And so I'm here to tell you it's so easy. And you know why it's easy? It's easy in green beauty because green beauty doesn't want to use a lot of synthetic ingredients. So once you know what oils people generally use in moisturizers and skin oils, well then you have a really easy time reading ingredients lists. Because oftentimes in green beauty, again, you can read what they're putting in there. Cocoa butter, beeswax, water. You get all those things. Well, the same is really true actually for clean beauty to some extent. Now that clean beauty is expanding to more conventional brands and they're using Clean at Sephora, well, maybe not every ingredient is as easy to decipher, but for the most part, again, it's still simple. So let's break down the formula today for the Skin Alchemist Time Traveler, one of my new favorite moisturizers that came in a Boxwalla box. And let me just show you how simple it is. Okay, so before I break down the ingredients list, let me just give you a quick rundown on the nuts and bolts of how to create a moisturizer. Because then anytime we break down a moisturizer or anytime you look at an ingredients list, you kind of know to look for these 5 or 6 things. Okay, first up, most moisturizers, I would say probably 90% on the market, take water and oil, and then they use an agent called an emulsifier to mix them. Now, most moisturizers on the market use a higher percentage of water and a smaller percentage of oil. They call this oil in water. So they suspend tiny drops of oil in this like larger volume of water, but they need an emulsifier to do it. So right off the bat, when you look at moisturizers, you will look for oils, you will look for what they use as their water ingredient, you'll look for what they use for their emulsifier. Now, it's not just as simple as combining oil and water and an emulsifier. You need other things sometimes to keep that emulsion to hold its shape and consistency. So oftentimes in clean beauty, when you're looking at a moisturizer, out of these 6 kind of ingredients that you're looking at, oftentimes the other things that you're seeing that look like scientific-y words are things that help contribute to stabilizing the emulsion and contributing to the texture that it feels on the skin. So again, we're looking for oils or butters or things that contribute that oils to the formula. We're looking for water ingredients. So oftentimes in green beauty, it's water or aloe vera. We're looking for emulsifiers or things that contribute to the emulsification. We're looking for preservatives. We're looking for a pH balancer. Now, aside from any extracts or any fragrance, those are the nuts and bolts that you need, okay? Everything else is kind of like frosting on the cake that they add in there, and then whatever they've added in there, they try to use that as their selling points. All right, let's take a look at the Time Traveler Skin Alchemist Moisturizer. So another kind of nuts and bolts characteristic of formulas is that they will list the ingredient that is the highest concentration to the ingredient that is the lowest concentration. So when you're looking at the top of the formula, you can tell that those ingredients are in higher percentage than the ones on the bottom. So when we look at Time Traveler, we see that the first ingredient is colloidal silver. Now, oftentimes, colloidal silver can be a fantastic ingredient for skin in moderation, and oftentimes it's used in the preservative system of the product. I don't see it that often. You know, May Lindstrom had been using it to preserve the honey mud. There's another brand that uses it, but it's not a very common ingredient. It is the first one we see, so that kind of would raise a question in your mind. What's the concentration of that? We don't know, we can only guess. But yes, as we look through the rest of the formula, I would say its purpose is probably contributing to the preservative system, as well as the skin benefits and the skin micro balancing that colloidal silver offers. Okay, so our next ingredient is water. So we can add water to our nuts and bolts list of water ingredients, okay? The next one we see is Abyssinian oil. Now, Abyssinian oil is a truly unique oil because of its fatty acid balance. It's not something that you really often see, this kind of fatty acid balance, because it's so high in something called eruic acid. It's like about 50 to 60% of the fatty acid breakdown. Apparently it's truly skin loving and it's used in Ayurvedic formulas. I personally loved seeing that unique oil on here. Okay, so when we're looking at the nuts and bolts of formulas, we've added water to the water ingredients. We've added Abyssinian oil to the oils. Next, we have glycerin. Now we know when I see glycerin, okay, as the third ingredient, I know we're probably already at 5 to 6% or less, because glycerin makes things really sticky. So you're often not going to see it in products in really high concentrations because it basically feels like honey or molasses in your hand. So we're already at the point that we're probably, these ingredients are 5–10% less, make up 5 to 10% of the entire formula. So next we see cetyl alcohol, which contributes to the emulsification and the texture of the product. We see cannabis sativa seed oil, which is hemp seed oil. We see aloe leaf juice, which we know contributes to the water ingredients. Then next we see cetyl olivate and sorbiton olivate. Get to know this combo of ingredients. This is one of the #1 emulsifiers used in green beauty, clean beauty, and it goes by the trade name of Olivim 1000. It's super common. Once you start to recognize it, you'll see it in almost everything and you'll feel really smart. Okay, next up we see cocoa seed butter, we have cacao seed oil, we have black seed oil, rose hip fruit seed oil, squalane, benzyl alcohol. Benzyl alcohol probably contributes to the preservative system, okay? We'll see a couple other ingredients in here, but when you see benzyl alcohol, you know it's most likely contributing to the preservative system, because we have to combat not only bacteria, but mold and fungus when we're thinking of the preservative system. Okay, so then we get to bakuchiol and bitter orange flower oil. So we are literally now in the 1% or less of the formula. So look at this formula. If we break it in half, almost half of these ingredients are 1% or less, okay? You've done an amazing job. You've picked out the oils, right? You've picked out the water ingredients. You've picked out the emulsifier. You've picked out part of the preservative. And now you're into the therapeutic and scenting and sort of sales-esque marketing points of the moisturizer. So we have bitter orange flower oil, tapioca starch, probably helps contribute to the texture. Citrus peel oil, we have, what is that one? Petitgrain oil. These are all essential oils. Then we have Inuin laurel carbamate. What is that? It sounds strange. Well, it's just another ingredient that helps contribute to the emulsification of the product and helps stabilize it. Like I said, it's not just as easy as mixing oil and water and an emulsifier. You have to make sure the product stays in a cream consistency. Okay, hyaluronic acid, tocopherols, vitamin E. Then we have sea buckthorn fruit oil, salicylic acid, soybean oil, sodium hydroxide. Now people get really freaked out when they see sodium hydroxide because what is that? Lye. Well, friends, okay, now let's just keep going right towards the end. We have sorbic acid, citrus acid, potassium sorbate, sodium benzonate. Get to know those ingredients. They all contribute to the preservative system. You'll see sodium benzoate in a lot of products. Potassium sorbate is what Josh Rosebrook uses in a lot of his products. And then right down here, you start to see, because I believe Skin Alchemist is a European brand, you're gonna see the irritants from essential oils. And you can pick those out in pretty much any, the US doesn't require you to list those the way that Europe does. So then again, right there, all those components of essential oils. So look, in about 13 minutes, we talked about like how you can break down a moisturizer. It's so easy. Again, it's oils, it's water, it's emulsifiers or things that contribute to the emulsification. It's pH balancer, it's preservatives. And we're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna just keep breaking down formulas probably once a month till you feel really comfortable knowing that when you walk into Whole Foods, you can pick out all of M1000 in tons of products. Okay, that's it for this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. If you want more of this, let me know, because I love these kinds of videos. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.